Yeah. Might be my arrogance, but ain't nobody stopping me. That's how I go when you pay for them shows and you study that pimp biology.
All right. Unfortunately, you know, you never want to start a show with those words, but unfortunately, it does not look like Zoe Berger's going to be showing up. Don't know why. Don't know what happened. I talked to her a couple days ago. Everything seemed like it was all good in the hood. Whatever happened, it's okay. It's not a big deal. These things happen. People get busy. Would I have liked to known? Sure, but it's totally cool. We're going to go ahead and push forward anyway. Maybe she shows up. I went ahead and let her know that we would be live just in case she wants to drop by. I do apologize for it. It sucks, but it happens. So it's your show today. It's all about you guys. If you want to call in and be interviewed, feel free. Now is the time. We're going to talk about a couple things. I got a couple things on board that I do want to talk about, including some of the stuff that Tommy just talked about. Because I think that somebody else, and this is Tommy this time, falling for a red herring. And I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. It happened. So here's what I want you guys to do. Come on over. Get into my Discord if you want to be interviewed. If you want, I'm going to interview. I'm going to really ask you questions and shit. Get into Discord. Or if you just have a question for me, that's completely fine. Jump into my Discord. Get up in here. Do not send any hate her way. Do not fucking tweet out to her. Well, I just stand up dead on Dave. I don't know what happened. Who knows what happened? It's all good. It's okay. We'll reschedule. It's not a big deal. Ain't burning a bridge over something that could just be a misunderstanding. Who knows? Not a big deal, all right? I want to make that abundantly clear. Not a big deal. So we're going to be taking calls, questions, comments, concerns, quips, quotes, likes, loves, and so much more. Get your asses into waiting to call, and we'll go ahead and take your calls, all right? So let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, so maybe you're asking yourself, okay, Dave, if she wasn't showing up, you've been trying to contact her all day, why didn't you just cancel the show? Well, you know, I understand that sometimes people take right up to the last minute. She said she had the time blocked, so there's no reason for me to think she wasn't going to show. So I thought the best thing to do was just keep link up, and if something went wrong, fuck it. It's all good. Apparently I owe Crimson one Pika hat change. All right, fine. I'll do that. Fuck it. There you go. You'll get yourself a Pikachu hat. There you are, Eric the Champ. There you go. Everything fulfilled now. Hopefully everybody's happy. So I decided to just go ahead and pull forward with the whole thing, and we'll take other stuff. We'll just go ahead and interview you guys. Take questions, calls, all that type of stuff. So I think that's the best way to go instead of just bagging the entire show. And that's why I crystallized the the thumbnail, because I plan on still doing this. I totally plan on still doing the interview with her. Hopefully it'll happen at some point, and if not, it really is no big deal. It happens. We have some very exciting interviews coming up this week, and I want to tell you about them right now. So maybe we don't get Zoe at this moment, but I'll tell you who we got tomorrow. We have Mr. Repsion tomorrow, live right here. Then maybe the day after, possibly Wednesday, Anything for Views will be here. And then we also have Billy the Fridge and The Right Opinion lined up. Just got to lock in on exactly what day they want to come on. So we're going to do all kinds of stuff. Don't worry about it. We're still going to have amazing interviews coming up, but sometimes shit like this happens. All right. All that aside, until we get some people in Discord waiting to call, there's a couple people in there. I'll go ahead and start taking calls in just a moment. I want to talk about something real quick, just very quickly, about the stream I just watched over on Tommy's, SFDP and all of that. Okay, so he played Keemstar's Twitter video, which is kind of basically the exact same video that I put out 3 days before, but I go a little bit of a different direction with it. I go to a little bit different place because my issue is, and 100% agree, all the situations happening with Rice Gum, Jake Paul, and everybody else that is fucking up right now with this mystery motherfucking site. Here's the issue. We all know it is not gambling to kids. It's not. This is something that is legal. It's done. It is not a problem. The issue, and I didn't hear Tommy talk about it too much, and it's unfortunate because here's the problem, and this is why the story even came to light in the first place. Rice Gum was talking about this in his video about how nobody was talking about it a couple of weeks ago when other people were promoting it. Here's the issue. What happened right before everything blew up, it came out people weren't getting their shit. This is not a gambling to kids issue. It's a fraud issue. Has nothing to do with gambling for kids. This is an absolute red herring. It's bullshit. And if you fall for it, you're fucking foolish because there's nothing to it. They know it's not. They know it's not. This is about fraud. This is about people paying for something and then when they win, not receiving what they were supposed to get. That's the problem here, and that's what needs to be highlighted. That is an actual crime. There is something happening there with substance that could actually get these people taken down, get the company that is defrauding the people who are spending money on their product, get them off of here. Get the YouTubers who didn't do their proper research and fucking went in with these people. Get them punished in some sort of meaningful way. Whatever the case may be, that is how it should be going. But instead, we got everybody screaming about gambling the kids, gambling the kids. Well, that's stupid. It's dumb and it makes absolutely no sense. So don't buy into it. We need to stay on target. Okay? Stay on target. Stay on target. It's about fraud. And that's really all I want to say on it. That's the whole crux of what I have to say. So now I turn the show over to you. If you want to get interviewed, if you want to go ahead and have a topic, whatever the case is, now is your time. And we'll go for as long as you guys want to talk. We'll start with a long-time friend of the channel, the one, the only, Sylphit. What's going on, buddy? Welcome to Dead on Dave Live.
What up, Dave? How you doing?
I'm all right, man. I will say this. This is probably the hottest woman that's ever stood me up. So that's actually, I've never been stood up. I've never been stood up on a date. It's never happened. Look at me. You'll see why. I mean, come on. I'm fucking catch. But it's all good. What's up, Sylphit? What do you got for me? You want to chat? You want to talk? You want me to ask you questions? Or do you have a topic that you'd like to get me to sound off on?
Well, yeah, man, I pretty much agree with you on the issue of this new quote unquote gambling site, you know,
right,
that
yeah.
They're kind of taking the wrong angle.
Way wrong angle.
It's not necessarily like there's a lot of factors to it, and I think people just not everyone is seeing it from that fraud angle. They're just seeing the emotional side of it because that's all they know.
No, I think it's more nefarious than that. I think it's people that are actually putting these out with an intent, trying to get people off, man. I mean, like, this is an obvious thing. We've gone through this before, by the way. This has happened before. Pro Syndicate and all that shit a couple years back. This has happened. First Baited, I believe, was about that. This has happened before. This is nothing new. Thank you, Red Foxcom, for the $2. You're a goddamn sweetheart. I appreciate it. So this is nothing new. We've seen this, but the only difference is they own the site that was fucking up at the time. I think that this is just more, and I'm not even going to say this negatively. There's more clicks, there's more views in this gambling the kids narrative than there is in the actual fraud narrative, because fraud is a little bit difficult to really hammer home, especially when the company really could just at the end of the day, which I think they already did, is stay, if you have not received your goods, please let us know and we'll correct the situation. So it kind of goes away on that front. But then the situation's dead completely. So what is a creator to do? You keep hammering home something that you know it really isn't a fucking problem anyway, because you got to get them clicks, and that's okay. That's okay, but that's what the mainstream media is doing. That's what they're doing with this. They're taking this seriously into the gambling to kids narrative, and they're trying to make a political fucking statement around it, and that's a problem.
Yeah, I agree, because as soon as you start, asking the people who make the rules to start making more rules,
yes. It absolutely is. You have anything else for me, Mr. Sylphit?
Well, I think just like on another side, like I feel like we, like as creators, like, well, not we, I'm not really a creator, but you know what I mean, like the YouTube platform, like we're all trying so hard to like make it, like to get resources. And on one end of that, you have people who have like 10 subs and they made like 100 videos. And like, on the other end of that, you have people who have millions of subs and they never have anything to worry about.
Yep.
And I just feel like there's this whole in between, and everybody's trying to get up to the top, and then when people finally get to the top, it's like people have to criticize them for the way that they get to the top. Right. So yeah, it's a vicious circle that, by the way, is not unique. None of it. Drama's not unique. Jealousy's not unique. Wanting to call people out, the articles, columnists, editorials, opinion pieces. None of this is unique. It's just accessible for the everyman to now do it. We saw this before, by the way. We saw it right before the vlogs and the drama channel big boom. We saw it with regular blogs. Blogging. Remember, everybody was freaking out about, I can't wait to start up a new blog, and it's going to be incredible because I have all these opinions that everyone's going to want to hear. You can't really deal with the fact that I had a fucking blog. I had a goddamn blog. It was awful. And a lot of these commentary channels and stuff, it's the same type of shit. It's the same over and over narratives that keep on coming back and forth because there's really nothing else to talk about. And that's understandable too, but it doesn't necessarily mean that people have to give a fuck about it either, you know? So what are you supposed to do when you find that you're up at the top of this garbage pile, for lack of a better fucking term? I'm king of the trash heap. Woo! Well, shit. Let me piss down on everybody else. All right. Yes, I did, Toxic Dome. My blog was called Medically Retired Military Dave. It was awful. I had just been medically retired. I was messed up. I was on morphine. I had no outlet. This is right before I was actually putting early excerpts from my novel that I ended up putting out. Novel's a really generous term, by the way. A book that I wrote. Novel's incredibly generous. And that's where LJ Stevens started, was on this terrible, terrible blog that I had. So I don't even think it's active anymore. It was on like Blogger or some shit. I don't even remember. But it was a true thing. I would watch it. Oh, well, thank you. That's very nice of you. Did you buy my book? I'm still saving up. Well, then you got, what do you mean it's $3? Get out of here. Now you're banned. You're fucking banned. Nah, just messing with you, man. No biggie. Yeah. You know what? Maybe I'll try to find my old copy and I'll try to give it away or something. I don't know. But oh, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, it'll be fun. I'll I don't know, put some pubes in the covers or something. I have no fucking idea. I'll figure something out. Anything else for me, Mr. Silfit? Nah, man, I hope Zoe shows up, and I love all your interviews, man. You've been doing. Thank you, brother. We got a lot coming up, too, man. We got some great interviews on the way. Like I said, we got Mr. Repsy on tomorrow. Anything for Views will be sometime later in the week. And then Billy the Fridge and Right Opinion are also on track as well. So we got a lot going on. So thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Later, man. Take it easy. Peace, peace, peace. All right. Let's bring in old Luke the Duke. And then I'm going to get to my boy Vega. What's up, Lukey Dookie? What do you got? How can I help you?
What's up, Dave? No, man, I just heard that Zoe Berger wasn't going to show up and thought might as well make your show a little bit better by coming on.
Oh, thank you. You're doing me a favor. Oh, that's incredible. I appreciate that. You're a goddamn sweetheart. And again, for anybody who's just showing in now, expecting to hear Zoe Berger, I don't know what happened. She did not show up. I hope everything is okay, first and foremost. Do not send any hate her way. Do not tag her in anything. It's totally cool. I've already reached out. I let her know that I went live anyway to do an open interview. It's all good. We'll just reschedule. It's not a big deal. The last thing I want to do is start sending any type of anger or hate or resentment. That's not how we do things. We want to be the interviewer here that everybody wants to come to. And when things happen, we're understanding. That's what being fair is all about. So just keep that in mind, guys. And I do appreciate you showing up. And I'm sorry if you're disappointed if she's not here. But Lord Vega's in the chat. He's down below. I'm going to be dragging up in just moments. And you know it's always crazy when Vega shows up, so stick around. All right, so what's up, Luke?
Not much, man. I guess you can go ahead and ask me questions.
All right.
Shoot.
Okay, let's see here. Are you a homosexual?
No.
All right, go ahead and tell me a little bit about yourself. Give me a little bit of the humble beginnings of who Luke Thomas is.
Well, man, I'm from a small town in Florida.
Okay.
Right next to I-95, the drug highway of America.
Fantastic.
Yes, very. No, I come from a small town, man. Very Baptist, Southern Baptist upbringing, so very strict. I played baseball all my life. I'm in the military now, Army. Hua.
Yes, hua indeed. Jesus. And you'll be where are you currently stationed?
I'm currently stationed in Bavaria.
Oh yes, that's right. You're not far from me. Is it possible you'll also be taking a trip next weekend?
Yes, it is.
And where will you be? Who will you be visiting? Where will you be going next weekend?
I might be visiting the great DEADONDAVE to see how he's doing.
That's fucking right. He's coming here to hang out and drink with the big dog. We might do a stream together too. We'll have a lot of fun with that. I don't really have, I don't really have a whole lot of other questions for you. Other than that, I just wanted to shill you coming over next weekend. Big $5 donation in the chat from FL Camera. Thank you, Dave. This is a scam issue. This is why I love your show. Thank you very much for that. Yes, it is a scam issue. The whole rice gum situation, all of it, 100% scam issue and nothing more. It's not gambling for kids. Thank you for seeing that as well, and I appreciate you being here and donating so generously to the channel. It's very, very nice. Can't wait to get them mad, fat, fucking super chat bucks, or at least what? How much do they end up giving us of that? Like 40%? Or they take 40% or some shit? I have no idea.
You're asking the wrong person, buddy.
Yeah, that's right. All right, man. I'm gonna go ahead and bring in Vega because he don't take it the wrong way, but he creates stuff. So
no, he's much more interesting than I am. Trust me.
No, and I get you here next weekend, so we can do a much more fun face-to-face thing. So I appreciate you calling in.
I'm down for whatever, man. You have a good night. All right.
You too, brother. Take it easy. That is Luke the Duke right there. All right, let's bring in my man, your man, our man, the one and only Lord fucking Vega. What's up, buddy?
DEADONDAVE, what's up, baby?
I'm dealing with something you've probably never had to deal with. A beautiful woman not showing up for a scheduled situation. It's disheartening. No, I'm kidding.
Oh wow. Oh, Zoe Berger?
Yeah, no, I don't know what happened. I have no idea what happened. I'm just making a joke.
I was looking forward to it.
So was I.
I was looking forward to it.
I've been looking forward to this all week, man. This is gonna be a lot of fun, and we'll still do it. We'll just reschedule. It's not a big deal. So, what's up with you?
If that's gonna happen, I'm just gonna go ahead and keep my mouth shut.
Yeah. Don't shit on her.
I will fuck this whole thing up. Your whole schedule will go down the drain.
No, don't shit on it. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the interviewer that someone didn't show up. Because here's what will happen. This is my luck. I can see this. So we could have played this a different way. I actually thought about maybe doing like a Zoe Berger roast instead, just having fun with the situation. But then I thought of something. I'm like, if you say anything negatively, what if something major happened? What if like a death in the family, she got into an accident, something, right? Then I'm the biggest piece of shit in the world. No one's like, oh, look at this. No, fuck it. No. I'm understanding. Shit happens. It's okay. We'll get her on eventually.
Yeah, true. It does. You don't know what happened, so
yeah, right.
It's all good. I was interested mainly because just to see like how you run your interviews and stuff, to see, the questions you're going to ask, because obviously you got, a flip here, a flip there, and as far as like her career, her whole situation going on. Yeah, it's like you can probably run a good 2-3 hours just to listen to what the fuck is going on there.
All right. You know what? I really put some research into this, or more importantly, I had people put some research into this, and they gave me the information afterwards. And I read it though. And that's important. She's from New Zealand.
Yeah.
She was born in New Zealand. I'm gathering. I didn't know this. Apparently,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, apparently, and she speaks like 4 languages and all kinds of shit. I was looking forward to like asking her about all the stuff that I've never heard anybody talk about before. So, and then of course all of the insanity. And she said all of it was on the table. So we'll get there. All
right, cool. Yeah. Well, I wanted to. I was gonna hop on Tommy's show to just vent a little bit on this situation.
On the rice gum situation?
Oh my god, yeah, dude.
Yeah,
like how the fuck? Yeah, what is happening here? It's I don't understand. Like when I saw, I was like, oh, okay, well that's nothing, right? A couple of tweets here and there, people talking shit, not a big deal. Dude, it wasn't even 24 hours.
Right.
Until my fucking sub feed was nothing but Jake Paul and Rice Gum, you know, and dude, I love this community. I love my peoples. I love my boys and all that shit. But it just, if you were to do something, I'd say the same shit. Dave, what the fuck are you doing, dog?
Right.
Because I personally, look, it's one thing if your fucking preacher down the street gets caught up in a hotel room with fucking 2 strippers from some dive fucking establishment down the street, right? That's news right there. Right. Oh, shit. This motherfucking Reverend Jackson just got caught up with these 2 bitches. Oh my God. But if Prince, you know, God rest his soul, walks out of that shit, that's not, nobody's going to buy that picture. Nobody's going to give a fuck about the story. It's the same, to me, it's the same situation. I only watched a couple of videos from the boys, and I really didn't see a whole lot of goofing going on because I was hoping that that's what this would turn into.
Just
more
shit
of a goof.
on him, right? Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of like, oh, surprise, surprise. Because that's the only thing I was thinking was, oh my God, look what happened. I saw H3H3s and I was like, what? Look at you. Are you taking this seriously? Because I'm not. The dude is gonna do what he does to get paid. And if you're surprised that this guy gives a flying monkey shit about fucking taking over 100K, obvious, right? He said he made more than what Keemstar was offered. So if he's taking more than 100K off the back end from these fucking people for putting this shit out, the guy probably didn't know what was going on. I don't like that motherfucker.
But
right?
he should know what's going on. And see, here's the thing, though. This is what bothers me. Everybody who's covered it, everybody that you just mentioned, they all covered it leading with, and the Quarterings video is by far the worst of the bunch when it comes to grandstanding on this particular subject. They're making it about gambling the kids. They're not focusing on why this became a story. Does anyone even know why this became a story? 4 fucking days before it blew up, it came out that people weren't getting their shit. That's the story. That's the actual issue here. People who were winning, the people won the Yeezys, never received them. People won the big ticket items, never received them. That's the issue. That's what made this thing a situation. But instead, the fucking mainstream media, and then all the fucking YouTubers decided to follow suit, made this about promoting gambling the children, which this is not about because it's not fucking illegal. There's the baseball cards, everything. And by the way, that Keemstar video came out 3 days after mine did, and I did a much better job of fucking articulating the situation, telling everybody exactly why they shouldn't be buying into this. It is a fraud situation. It's a scam situation. And I'm getting tired of everybody grandstanding. Oh, you're illegal gambling sites. No, motherfuckers. You're letting them get away with it. By doing this, by pushing the false narrative, they're letting them get away with it. And this whole thing, well, of course, Rice Gum, and I don't mean to shit on you here, but this whole thing, Rice Gum, of course he didn't know. Why is that acceptable? This dude is influencing a lot of people. He should be knowing his business deals. Geez, have a manager, pay somebody to know your business deals. Don't get into a fucking bed with somebody who is defrauding your audience. Your audience. They defrauded your audience. Rice Gum should be pissed off.
Listen. I still don't. I disagree. I don't think it's within his branding to give a fuck anyway. The guy does not care. Why? First of all, when you made those videos, not you, but I'm saying when anybody that made the video on the guy, if I was Rice Gum, just because I think we know the guy for a couple of years now, I'm pretty sure it's his persona anyway. I don't know what he does behind closed doors, but I could see that coming a mile away. Oh, now you just gave this guy content for him to come back with some stupid little thing. Yeah. It's just for him to upload something. The dude probably ran out of ideas or something.
Right.
But everybody talking all this shit. It's like when you tell me, oh, if Rice Gum fuck you, your audience is like 8, 9 years old. And then you come at me and you say, hey, man, your audience, you're influencing them to do this. Dude, show me a kid with a paper route that's going to pay his ass to pay for one of those boxes. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And now we got a problem. None of these fucking kids or his audience has credit cards. And just like Tommy, he pretty much ripped the words out of my mouth.
Right.
It might be just an adult thing, too, the way you look at it.
Right.
Because, you know, it's almost like you call that pimp out on the corner with the shiny suit and gold chain, and you walk up to him like, hey, do you know that exploiting these women is wrong? You go look at you like, get
I
the fuck out my face.
You guys are getting lost in the lights on this. I really think you're getting lost with the wrong thing because that's all obvious shit. We all know that kids don't have credit cards. Of course kids don't have credit cards. They're fucking kids.
But just because the website isn't delivering the stuff, they are a scam.
That's the story,
I will compare this.
That's the story.
Yeah, that's the story, but that's it. That's all we got. So that's it. Put it out there.
Yeah.
Don't go to that website, and that's that.
Right. But here's the thing. When you have influencers, when you have people that have been endorsement deals, endorsing their product and now giving access to their own audiences, and then they are the ones getting scammed, they need to be fucking, it's okay to talk about that. But for me, to make it about something else entirely is a much different issue. To make it about the gambling to kids aspect, because that's what everyone's making it about. You're influencing children in the wrong way, and now they're going to be gambling addicts for the rest of their lives. Has nothing to do with the situation. Situation's about fraud. We call out fraud all the time. Hell, you want to string fucking Philly D up. The entire Catch 33 goddamn crew wanted to crucify Philly D, and there's a hell of a lot less scamming going on there than's going on with this fucking website. I'm just, this is fucking insanity to me. Scams are what people
now you're fucking around with what I was saying on the Patreon and Philly D deal.
Right.
To me, it's separate, right? Because his branding is trust me. And he built up that brand for trust. All of us trust the guy.
I don't think he has anything to do with trust in this situation. I really don't.
Well, dude, if he's saying, "Hey, go to my Patreon, and this is what we're going. This is a movement," and then it's like something smells fishy here. The guy's got money. Yeah, I understand the business and all that needs to be provided. Money needs to be provided for insurance and all that bullshit, and that's great, right? Nothing ever happened. Called it, right?
Well, that's actually not accurate, but that's fine. A lot happened. A lot happened. It's still shitty, but a lot happened. Okay, a lot of what he said was going to happen ended up happening, and Moore's getting built. Moore's getting built. We don't know. Years to come.
Is that a Funko? Is that a Funko on the wall? Oh my
God!
$200,000 a month.
To come, baby. Years to come. He used the own words right from the beginning. Years to come. I ain't judging him yet.
I cannot.
Dave. But no. I don't want to get away from the issue, because here's the thing. I don't think that just because Philly D built up a reputation. By the way, Philly D was once Rice Gum. Let us not forget. We've seen clips of him with all of his dumb. All of his bro.
I think we talked about it for a second, didn't we? And we gave him a pass because of time, and he looks like he grew up.
Right.
It's like a man-to-man thing, right? At first, your man's a kind of a bitch,
which we don't know if any of these,
a man's man.
Exactly. We don't know if any of these kids are going to end up doing that. But the point is, they have a lot more influence at this age than Philly D did at his age. So to me, just because he's a buffoon doesn't forgive the fact that he didn't do his proper research into a business deal that would allow a fucking fraudulent company take advantage of his viewers. And it's not just Rice Gum. I don't want to just go on Rice Gum here. Everybody who got involved with this company that their fucking viewers got scammed, they're all just as much responsible. And some of them are not pieces of shit like Rice Gum either.
All right, so tell me then, from your perspective, if I gave you a scenario right now, you tell me how you would feel about it, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we got, who was it? Jake Paul, Rice Gum, Morgs, right? Let's put them to the side real quick.
Sure.
The people that Rice Gum called out that had supposed reputable branding, I guess you would say, right? Yeah. And these guys are on the up and up, and this is kind of the first time they've ever done it. I think he's got a point. Let me reiterate. Fuck that motherfucker, right? I don't like him. Never will like him. If I went to his house, Leon, I love the guy.
They're all responsible. Every one of them.
I wouldn't shake his hand.
Yeah.
But I'm saying though, if you would have let off and said, "Oh, Slime, whatever the fuck," these other people who work with that other weirdo spastic guy that's popular that dated some chick that's talented,
right?
And whoever, all these other people that did. If you would have let off with that and just snuck in one sentence of, "Oh, by the way, Morgs, Jake Paul, and Rice Gum did this shit, but we already know that they don't give a fuck,"
right? And
moved on and kept on doing your little exposure of the website and all that. I think personally, it might not have gotten you the numbers, but one, you would have had the respect retained. Two, we know that you're not looking just for the numbers. Right. I get it, clickbait, but you already know how I feel about that shit. So I'm biased there.
Sure, yes.
You know what I mean?
And-
So
and see, now
if
we're
that
having
would have happened,
now we're having two
this
separate
whole thing would have been
conversations.
different.
Yeah, now we're having two separate conversations because it seems like what
How-
you're, and here's, hold on. And it seems like your real anger is with the people who made the videos on Rice Gum more so than Rice Gum himself, which I'm 100% agree with. That was my whole point. People were covering this the wrong fucking way. If they should have covered it at all, other than making the exposed video on the actual company and then calling out everybody who supported said company. Because that's what they did. They endorsed. They took money, giving their credibility to this company to advertise to their people. If I come to you and say, Vega, I got a great opportunity. I got these fantastic fucking socks, man. I want to sell them to your audience. What's the first question you're going to ask me?
The first question I'm going to ask when you say I have a product for your audience?
Yeah, Vega, I need you to do something for me, man. You got this great audience, and I want to sell socks to you. And these socks are dope as fuck, boy. And we're going to make some bread together, man. I'm going to give you a good deal. All you got to do is promote these socks. What would you ask me?
I need the link, the script, but most importantly, the link to the product.
Right.
That way, because legally, I don't know what they're going to tell me on the phone, right? We're not back in the day where a handshake's going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? This ain't no Vince McMahon shit where he shakes your hand and shit's going to get done.
Yep.
Right? Fucking, I need to see paperwork and I need to see what you got on your terms of service for the actual clients and what your services you're providing.
And why?
Right?
And why would you ask that question?
Right. You're asking me that, but
yeah,
I go back to my point. If I'm Rice Gum, $200K, get it. what you need me to do?
Yes,
that's what I'm saying.
And that's what he should be held responsible for. That attitude is what he should be held responsible for, because that is insanity. That's insanity, Vega.
I get
that's crazy. He's killing his own money. He's killing money. He's killing money. Right.
I don't think so. I don't think so at all.
Yeah,
I think it's not a surprise, and any savage kid out there is going to be like, "Oh, so he got paid. Y'all just jealous. Y'all hate."
It's not just Rice Gum. I mean, that's the thing. Like I've said a million times, it's not just Rice Gum. If you want to let Rice Gum off the hook because he's a fucking idiot, that's fine. That means Rice Gum.
I didn't say let him off the hook.
Well, I mean, what are you saying?
I'm saying, well, we agreed that it was handled.
Right.
Well, according to us, obviously, we're very small people. I'm bleeding subs. You don't have that many, but
hey,
what I'm saying is,
I'm on the uptick right now, motherfucker. I got like.
Hey, I'm not dissing you. I'm just saying it's like when I get in a call, or like if Clown and Tommy were giving me advice on certain things, I would state my opinion because I want to do shit differently, so I can actually, hold my head up high for my standard.
Right.
But I do also acknowledge, I think you guys are complete. And I said this before live to their faces. Yeah. Well, about as faces I can get. I think you both sound like complete fucking idiots, but you guys are more successful than I am. So, I'll take what you're saying, but I'm still going to shit on it. And I'm still going to do whatever I feel is right for the audience.
Right.
Now, does that mean that they're not doing something right for the audience? No, they're doing what they need to do for exposure and growth and all that.
Until they deal with a fraudulent company. You're right up until they deal with a fraudulent company. And then when you don't take responsibility for dealing with that fraudulent company on top of it, why are you fucking in the position you're in? That's the whole point here. It's just fucking insanity.
Dude, Rice Gum got big making fun of kids.
And it's not just, but again, focusing on, this is the thing. This is why nothing is going to happen with the situation, because everyone's focusing on the wrong aspects here. They don't want to
we definitely agree.
That's my problem. Yeah. That's my issue. The wrong aspects are being focused on, which is allowing this fucking shit to. How did this happen again after the fucking the other shit that happened 2 years ago? The other two fuckheads who scammed their goddamn audience with the same fucking type of shit. How did this happen again?
I do think there's a difference there. I don't know now. If some shit came out and they have like some type of investment,
they own their company. That's the only difference. They own their company.
I understand that's the only difference, but that is a huge difference in my opinion, business wise.
Sure,
because fucking business wise, if you're running a company and you orchestrated the whole situation and you used your influence and your audience to pitch and all that, and you work the whole thing, to me that's a huge difference. Well, it might sound like a quick little jab of like, oh no, that's nothing. To me, that's a huge difference because these guys are just there to get paid.
Right.
Again, I'm not saying, yeah, whatever, who cares? I'm just saying, why is people surprised? Like the way
it's not surprised. I ain't shocked.
It wraps around back to what we were saying that we agree with. It's like it was handled a little different, a little fucked up.
The grandstanding is never the way to go. Like Ethan fucking got him quartering all the grandstanding sucks. I don't watch any of them because I don't like grandstanders. Grandstanding, it's fucking retarded. And the fucking to go on that type of thing. You're illegal gambling to kids. That to me is just, it's almost fraudulent in and of itself because you're being disingenuous.
I like me some H3. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I like me some H3. Admittedly, I have said in private as well before the train started people were hopping on that train of like, H3, what the fuck? I was kind of like, dude, what the fuck is going on with these videos? These are turning into shit. And it's not one of those things where you're like getting bored with the guy. It was a significant change in the way the content and pacing, the comedy wasn't there. Yeah. The videos just were not up to par. Yeah. And I was just like, well, he's probably, I don't know, he's probably busy. He's got something going on. He's probably, whatever, burned out. I don't even know what the fuck to call it.
His focus shifted, I mean, that's
but then again, when I got a dude like that pointing the finger and wagging that shit around saying, hey, listen, you shouldn't be doing this stuff. All right, well, thank you for the information. When are we going to go to the 20-minute break 3 times within an hour about how I need to go purchase some fucking shaving cream?
Hey, as long as that shaving, here's the thing, that shaving cream isn't burning anyone's faces off, and that shaving cream is actually showing up. So I don't have a problem with him.
How dare you?
Hey, I don't have a problem with him. Because he.
No, I get it. I'm just saying, it's just all that shit to me adds up.
But here's my biggest worry about the entire thing, and this is why I think it's a problem worth tackling. And this is the whole thing, because if this continues and fraud is continued to be pushed by major players on the platform goes away eventually. And it's already started to happen. We've seen it already. People are constantly complaining about the ad revenue going away because of much less situations than this. Mainstream media is trying to put a wedge between advertisers and YouTube. And they're using our fuck-ups to do that. So the gambling to kids, we know that's a false narrative. It's been fucking destroyed. But the fraud that nobody's talking about, that could eventually be the thing that really puts regulation on the map for YouTube, that's what we need to be talking about. Because we need to be
I think the big opportunity, I agree, and I think the big opportunity that this community has specifically, that's why I'm more disappointed than anything, because the opportunity that could have been had here was to point out this company. Not so the creators are more of the on the side, right? Oh, these guys are pushing this product, but let me tell you about this product.
Yeah,
and that should have been the focus, right?
Yeah,
like you
said,
for
the most part, yeah,
yeah, exactly. And then do your call outs, however you want to.
Videos have been off,
not with the, but not the creators that are obviously douchebags. They're going to do whatever they got to do. I mean, come on now. If somebody's waving $200K in front of your face, a lot of motherfuckers are going to take it, including some of the people making videos.
Right.
So fucking.
But again, that goes back to the problem, doesn't it? These fucking these kids who cannot handle the success that they're given. Yeah, Michael Jordan. How many times has Michael Jordan ripped off his fucking fan base? 0 times, because he's a businessman. These kids don't know how to treat the shit like a business, and that's why it's going to go away. That's why so many of these kids end up going on the fucking street. They lose. But
possible fallout of all this shit as well, like we've seen in the past. I know Willie Mack had enough balls to come out and make a video about it, but that is the truth. Like, I don't know if they told you this in the military, but I know when I was in and we had those formations because somebody got drunk and somebody fucked somebody up that was on the economy in Italy or whatever, and now we're all in trouble for some ungodly reason. I don't ever forget my staff sergeant, which he's lurking around on Twitter for some reason, but this motherfucker. This motherfucker, you'll see him every now and then pop up at my shit, and nobody knows who he is, and he never gets interaction or nothing like that. And I think it's hilarious because this is like one of the most famous people in the military. But this guy was the one who told me, he was like, "Listen, Vega, this is what," because I was noticeably pissed off that what the fuck am I doing there? Because we were about to get told what the new rules were because of the situation.
Regulation.
He says rules only exist because stupid people to either take advantage, find the loopholes, or they just are fucking retarded, and we all have to pay the price because we can't afford for this to happen again because of the backlash and all that shit, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, that goes into the same vein of this guy wouldn't have gotten an award if everything went right.
Right.
Shit has to go wrong for you to do something heroic.
Well, sure.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that now regulations like you're talking about, imagine if this shit, with people complaining about creators, now we're looking at a situation where it's like, oh, you know what? Fine. If it's such a big backlash, and now big creators are making videos on these other big creators accepting sponsorships that are scams, that we're not going to screen that shit. There's like 37 million people uploading every second. You want us to try to fucking screen that shit? So what we're going to do is now you got to fill out paperwork. Now you got to do this.
Regulation.
Now you got to do that. Now you got to do, before you even accept a check or accept a fucking email, bitch, it's got to go through our bots. And the bots don't know anything from their fucking head to their ass.
More regulation.
And now,
more regulation.
And here we go.
Coming.
Here we go. Because why? Because somebody needed content today, and oh, look, Rice Gum did something stupid. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Like fucking
if you want to blame the people that are making the videos and doing what they do, these are all commentary community channels that are doing it. This is what
it's not like that. It's not like that.
But I mean, no, hold on. But if that's but it still has to be an action for them to fucking talk about it. Now, I'm not saying they should talk about it. I mean, it's up to them. They decide what they want to talk about to their people.
Yeah,
that's completely fine.
Without saying, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it's the worry here is because every other form of media have these things called agents and handlers and all that type of stuff. You know this to be true as well. They make sure this stuff doesn't happen. They make sure that their clients, people who are worth millions of dollars, don't fuck over the golden goose. Guess who the golden goose is? Us, consumers. We're the golden goose. We're the ones who pay them. We're the ones who put them on these pedestals. So the last people that they should be fucking over is us. So that's why people have handlers. YouTube doesn't have this. Now, Rice Gum and a lot of others, they have managers. But usually they're their fucking friends because they're all kids and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. So they just fuck everybody over constantly. And there's nothing that comes down for it until we all suffer because of it. Just like with the adpocalypse. Just like what's coming with the Article 13 and all that shit that's coming down the way. Terms of service is changing in Europe on January 22nd, by the way. All this stuff is happening because of irresponsible behavior that has already taken place. Because these kids don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we could run around in a circle talking about it, but sure. I mean, the main thing that I'm upset about, and again, I don't know, I feel compelled to say it. I still love the boys. I still watch their stuff. I still respect them and all that stuff, and I'm glad they're making videos exposing stuff. I just think that it was so weirdly. It's almost like they handled it back when we don't know. Yeah. We don't know what's going on with Rice Gum. Oh wait, Rice Gum did what? Who's Rice Gum? And then fucking we see Rice, we're like, oh my god, how horrible! Yeah. And then it's like, oh, this guy's obviously scamming everybody, but it wasn't. It was it was handled the same way as if we don't know the guy.
Right. Yes.
You know what I mean? And I'm not just saying, oh well, only it's up. Yeah, that to me that was the issue. So maybe I'm fucked up there.
No,
but
we're actually quite aligned. We're both agreeing that the fact that people mishandled the way that it was reported. If you go back to the Twitter video that I put out 3 days ago, I say the exact same thing because you're focusing on something that is not the problem. You know, you're focusing on the red herring in the room that mainstream media wants to use to make a political agenda around. That's the bigger issue to me. But so we're actually in quite agreement. I think we're disagreeing on certain parts of the how to go about it. But,
here and there, yeah.
But other than that, I think we're quite aligned, actually. We may not just be realizing that we're quite...
I'm starting to get a feeling of, like, when videos like this are made,
yeah,
I'm starting to get a feeling of, like, oh, these guys are too sensitive and this and this. And now all of a sudden, we're starting to represent that somehow.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, things are starting to get blown up.
Yeah.
When this community was the opposite. It was like, nah, man, everybody should be able to. They shouldn't get kicked off the platform. Now it's like people are calling for motherfuckers to get kicked off the platform. I'm like, what is going on?
For saying the N-word and stuff, yeah, there's no real harm there for the most part, other than hurt feelings. But when you're frauding people, when you're taking their money and not giving the fucking thing that you're supposed to be giving them, that's a crime. That's an actual crime. Crimes are being committed. Like, people go to jail for the fraud.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that point that's being brought up with that there's no difference between this and other types of platforms that do the same thing and all that shit. I've never gambled online because I just don't trust it. To me, it's too easy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on now. Like, in
zeros
my opinion,
and ones, baby. Zeros and ones, yep.
Yeah, I'm sure there's millionaires that were being created online, but I'm just saying, like, that to me personally, for my life, I don't look at that and say, hey, this is a viable option to make some money. Other people probably do.
Yeah.
But I think it's utter horse shit that's even a thing.
Right.
But it is. So I mean, what are you gonna do about it? I mean, with this stuff, You're right about him influencing.
You try to
people that
correct
might
the
come
best
up
you
with an
can.
addiction.
Yeah, you just try to.
All I'm saying is, why don't we see some more videos on these parents must be stopped?
Oh, we know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, shit. Now you're really preaching to the choir on that one. One of my most cringy stories is about something with my daughter that happened when she was 10 years old. And I don't tell it anymore because people in the house don't like when I tell it anymore. So I don't tell this story anymore. But it was basically what it came down to is she was watching something she wasn't supposed to be watching, and it was on YouTube. And I didn't get mad at YouTube. I got mad at myself because I wasn't watching what my kid was doing. And I made a whole goddamn video about that. You know what I mean? It's like that's the thing. Nobody wants to take personal responsibility anymore, whether as a parent or as a creator. And that to me is the most troublesome fucking problem.
Well, props to you, man. Props to I don't know if you remember the girl with the glasses, the redhead that was in my video of the Task 33 video where she took the place of the small Hispanic chick.
Yes.
So anyway, I hit her up because her daughter, I was over there helping her out with something in her house, and her daughter walked in and she's like, "Oh yeah, what do you watch?" And she said something about game. It's not Game Theory. It's Game something, right? Where these people wear those Guy Fieri masks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's massive. I never even heard of it, but it's massive apparently, right?
Yeah.
And she said him or that group of people. Chad Wildclay was on there. I was like, yo, what the fuck? I know that guy. I was like, what the fuck is he doing on this stupid channel? But anyway, she says that, and she says Jake Paul. And I was like, oh, fucking hell. I was like, so do you know anything? Have you ever heard of commentary and all that shit? She's like, no. I was like, I started writing down channels. Like, here, go watch those motherfuckers. But anyway, I talked to her on the side because I didn't want the little girl to hear it. But I was like, yo, you talk to this chick about what she's watching? She's like, yeah, I do. And fucking one of the guys is a douchebag. And I told her one day, don't date assholes like that because they're pretty much losers, like shit like that. And she actually sat her down and she's like, hey, you can watch this stuff, but don't buy into the stupid shit. It's all they're doing is trying to entertain you, and that's it.
Right.
Don't listen to them. Don't use their language. All that stuff is stupid. If not, I'm going to whoop your ass or whatever. So at least she's on top of it. But it goes to show you how far the reach is, dude. My Walmart's full of their gear. The kids that are kids from my friends, they know all these names. You know what I mean? So it is out there. And parents, a lot of them don't know what the fuck's going on.
Nope.
And for some reason, I think it's here's a good reason.
That's what kids count on.
I don't think people are calling. Yeah, I don't think the parents are calling, or the parents aren't being called out because that is where the money's coming from. It's not the kids.
Yeah.
The parents are where the money's coming from. So you start calling out the parents, you might find yourself a target.
And it's also kind of stupid to some point. It's like, what are you going to do to tell these parents what we already know? As children, we all snuck around our parents' back, hoping they didn't find out about the shit that we knew or we did. The little inside secrets in television shows, cartoon shows that we already picked up on, the adult themes or whatever the case may be. We always hoped our parents didn't find out, because the last thing that we wanted was them to take away our privileges for whatever we were doing that we didn't want them to know about. So, I mean, this is nothing new there either. This is how the fucking world works. We all try to do this when we're children, and parents, sometimes they let it go with a wink and a smile, and other times they come down harsh as hell. It just depends on the situation. So you're right. Calling out parents isn't really going to do all that much, but I don't see any issue in trying when you're attempting to correct a fraudulent situation. I don't know if there's really anything worse that you can do than what a lot of the commentary community has done, and make it about a situation that doesn't exist. I
am personally triggered because I feel like I'm being talked to like a child.
No! I was like, what?
Like when people are like, this is a scam, and I'm kind of joking here, but when people are like, this is a scam, and it's like when you see the interface and you see like the odds and you see all that stuff, I'm like, yeah, no shit. I'm like,
that part's fine. That's just a treasure hunt. That part's fine. The odds.
It's almost like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
if you're spending a dime on any site like that, you're good luck in life, boy.
Hell, look, you're talking to a guy who's opened up Pokemon cards on channels for years. I treasure hunt. I'm looking for these inserts. I want these fucking hollow foil cards. It's what I want. I want Bro Fist fucking Machamp right here. I look for them. It's what I want. I want those odds. I don't care how crazy they are. I'll fucking pay my $4 or $5 for a pack of cards in hopes that I get this. I did it with baseball cards. I've done it with this. I've done it my entire life. And so has everybody else. We like that shit. That's not the problem. if I open up 1 million packs of cards and I never get a fucking insert because those inserts don't exist, that's a bigger issue.
Put the scatter on.
Oh,
Maybe
for sure.
you can
Okay,
take
so
down
probably
some.
because of that analogy, I'm getting the sense more on where you're coming from. I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're on the exact same page.
Again, I think, yeah, we agree that it's just what the targets were, in my opinion anyway, the targets were wrong, or they're too emphasized on the creators rather than the scam. Because I think if RiceGum gets the opportunity again to make another 200 grand, I mean, what, he's going to say no? All he has to do is do it and not upload again. That's it.
I'll tell you what, next time he might ask a couple more fucking questions.
Well, next time I bet you he's just going to make the...
If enough of his ass gets taken and he loses enough money, and RiceGum's a really bad example, by the way, because Tommy did a really good job of pointing this out. RiceGum doesn't depend on his channel anymore to make money. He's self-made. He's got other stuff going on where he has revenue streams from. This ain't shit. But for other people, they learn enough lessons here because their shit goes away. Yeah, they ain't going to take those same deals later on. And thank you very much for the donation. Appreciate you. We got the scouter on just for you.
Nice.
Would you like me to read your power level, Vega, before I get you out of here?
What's my power level?
I'm going to read it. Hold on. Okay. All right. It's over 9,000! Congratulations, over 9,000.
Oh, you get it, girl. You get it, girl. How'd you like that preview?
I loved it. I sucked you off pretty good in the section there. I sucked you off well. It's a beautiful preview.
Nice.
I can't wait till people see it. What do you mean nice? We had a conversation about it.
And we did. Yes, we did. I just want to hear it. Praise me.
Yes. Praise Jesus, as we'll say.
There's more. There's more. This is going to be like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I can't wait. You guys, what we're talking about is Vega's newest video. I'm telling you, there's something in this video that to me is game-changing for Vega. And maybe you guys will agree when it comes out. It's really great.
Yeah.
I'm going to take some other calls. I'm going to get out of here.
All right, man.
I love you, Vega. Have a good night, buddy.
Oh, I love you too. Bye.
Yeah, you fucking say you love me too. Peace. All right. So if you guys are just coming in now or you're wondering what's going on, what happened with Zoe Berger, let me give you a quick rundown. Basically, what happened is as follows. I have not heard from Zoe in a couple of days. It happens. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully she's okay. I have no idea. Perhaps there was just a miscommunication. I have no idea. Not a problem at all. We're going to reschedule. I'm making sure she's okay. I wrote her. She knows that I went live anyway. Go ahead and try to salvage this since I promoted it so heavily the last few days. I decided I had to do something. I wasn't going to just fucking end the stream or not do the stream. You deserve more than that. So we're doing live calls, live interviews, whatever the case may be, whatever you want, you call in and we have a conversation. And it's wonderful. It's going pretty well so far. We've had Vega. We've had some other people. We've talked about some good subjects up to this point. So feel free to get in the wait in the call if you want to. We're going to keep the show going as long as you guys want to talk to me. Let's move on to Bo Blacks. What's going on? Welcome to Dead on Dave Live. What do you got?
Hey, what's up?
It's crack-a-lackin', pimp.
So I was wondering what your opinion is on the response, like the public response to RiceGum's response video, because it's been pretty positive. Like there's 90K likes on it, only 60K dislikes, and the dislikes only really came in once a lot of the commentary community made the videos on it. So what's your thoughts on like how his fan base has been reacting to like basically being scammed?
This is not directed at you, but here's my response.
Okay.
Of course, his fan base is going to be completely placated because he did everything they want him to do. He flexed, he deflected, he made fun of other people. He even flexed on Keemstar in the video. He did everything that his fan base, that he knows very well how to manipulate, expect for him to react. So that's not a shock to me. He gave, of course, and you know what? He also gave away a whole bunch of fucking gift cards. What fucking video isn't going to have a good response if you give away all those goddamn gift cards? So yeah, to me, it's not a shock. It's, I think that's why I kind of disagreed with Vega earlier because of that response, I think it was necessary, or at least the commentary community felt it was necessary to put him on blast for that response. I don't think it accomplished anything because they're focusing on the wrong thing. But yeah, duh is the way to go. It's not a shock at all.
Yeah, I have the exact same opinion. It's just that I'm like not familiar with RiceGum's fan base, so when I saw that response, I was like, are people really that dumb? Like, I was starting to lose a bit of faith in humanity. I'm like, wait, like, I saw people on Twitter, like, who are YouTubers, but not, like, commentary YouTubers, say he has good points. And I'm like, what? Let me watch this video. And, like, I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? This is just, like, good points.
Point one out, please. There's barely a coherent sentence in that fucking video. What?
Yeah, I guess people are forgiving him because, like, I guess he, like, frames it in a way where, like, people are spreading hate to him because they're only calling him out now that he's doing it instead of, like, the other YouTubers who did it.
It has nothing to do with it, man. That's the funny thing. And this is where the commentary community should have put him on blast. It didn't matter when the other fucking people did it because it was weeks and months before it came out that motherfuckers weren't getting what they paid for. And RiceGum was one of the bigger names on the list when it came out that people weren't getting what they paid for. He's a victim of timing here. He's also a victim of his own stupidity for not looking into the company better. But the timing is what got him. You know, had he not got involved, somebody else would have got hit, you know, because people didn't get what they paid for.
Yeah. Personally, I think, like, he on purpose didn't look into the company. Like, I don't think RiceGum is dumb. I think he did this on purpose. He knew the response he would get, but he knew he could combat it with that video.
I see. Now that to me seems crazy. Now, don't take that the wrong way. To him to go, okay, you know what? Here's what's going to happen. These guys are going to be scam artists, and I'm going to support them anyway, and then I'm going to fuck my entire fan base with my mind and get them to forget it. I don't think anybody would want to walk that tightrope unless he's a real adrenaline junkie, and he thinks he's the smartest man on the planet, and he could. That to me is far-fetched. But him being stupid enough not to look into the company and then be stupid enough to just blame everyone else around him, then rapidly give out fucking gift cards and hope that was going to be good, that seems about right.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think he doesn't, like, care enough about his fan base. Like, he's willing to risk his fan base for that, like, 100+.
No, he doesn't care. There's no question about that. He don't give a fuck. And that's my point. That's the point. That's dangerous, that these people don't fucking care because it's going to bring down regulation. Going to bring it down on all of our fucking heads. You can't scam these. You can't scam the consumers. Can't do it.
And I also feel like the commentary channels are, like, playing right into, like, what RiceGum wants. Like, like, these videos about RiceGum, like, obviously they aren't good for him, but it's hard for me to believe that he didn't expect it coming, you know?
It deflects focus off the actual issue. All these videos that are talking about the, you know, legal gambling and all that shit, it's deflecting the focus from what could actually fucking tag his ass. And so, yeah, he's thrilled. Why do you think he went and just gave out gift cards? He's like, I'll just correct it this way, blah. You know, he was thrilled that was a response, that nobody with power. And I'll tell you what probably made him shake. I'll tell you this. Yesterday, when Keemstar fucking put that video on Twitter, which is almost the exact same video I put out 3 days before, by the way, just saying. Because now Keemstar's starting to change his mind. Keemstar's starting to see this as a deeper issue, or at least that's what he's saying that he is at the time. That should be scaring RiceGum. And it might be the reason, and I finally may have my answer to why RiceGum chose not to go on Drama Alert when he had the opportunity. Why wouldn't you go on Drama Alert? This didn't make any sense to me. Keem's your friend. Keem almost took the money himself. He said he was going to go light on this whole situation. So why would you make a terrible video of your own rather than go on your friend's show where he's going to softball you, and he's already told everybody he's going to softball you? It's because he knew that eventually the fucking dam was going to break, and he was going to figure it out, and it's exactly what happened. That's what I think is going on. That's what I think is going on.
I think him just making the video on his channel, like, he can control the narrative better, right? Yeah. Like, with Keemstar, I mean, he is friends with Keemstar, and I guess he could tell, like, Keemstar before the interview, like, okay, I want to say this and this and this. But
Keem was already going to do it. He said he was going to go easy on him. He said it. He almost took the money himself. He had to, because if he didn't, he's a hypocrite. And there's no getting around it. Like, he gets called out by everybody. If he goes hard on RiceGum, they're like, dude, you put up a poll. Keemstar put up a poll asking the fan base if he should take the deal. You know, he was that close to taking the deal. So he couldn't. It just doesn't make sense to me. Other than the only thing that I could think of is that RiceGum anticipated. Maybe this does point to RiceGum being smarter than we give him credit for. He anticipated that Keem was going to figure out the real issue here and maybe make that the focus of the interview, and that scared RiceGum.
Yeah, maybe. But I feel like RiceGum has Keem wrapped around his finger. Like, I don't think Rice Gum is scared of Keem in any way. Like, if Keem can call out Kavos and, like, hate on Kavos for the small thing he did, but not hate on Rice Gum for any of the shit he has done, then, like, I'm pretty sure Rice Gum is immune to Keemstar's wrath. Like,
I see. That's where I kind of disagree. If Keemstar were to just go crazy and make it about child gambling, yes, you're 100% right, because that's not a real issue. But if Keemstar decides to fucking rail on Rice Gum and the other people for promoting a fraudulent website, well, that might get people talking. Yeah. That might get the consumers talking. And if that gets the consumers talking, then those creators have an actual issue. So I don't know. It depends on how it would be handled. And I think Keemstar's video yesterday is a very, very big evidence of that. But we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes from here. Because it ain't over. This story isn't over. The more stories come out about people not getting their fucking Yeezys and all that shit, the more this is going to steamroll. And you're going to see the mainstream media pick it up as such. And when that happens, now it's out of our hands. Now the genie's out of the bottle and you can't put it back in.
I feel like the story should be over, though. It's like
it's boring.
When I heard people talking about it, they're like, this is going to be the next big story of 2019. This is going to be comparable to Logan Paul Suicide Force. And I'm like, oh boy, what's this going to be? And it's just like, it's a issue and it should be talked about in the commentary community, but it's like a one video deal, you know? It's like, this is bad, that's it.
Again, it all depends on where it goes from here. You know, the reason why it's even lasted as long as it has up to this point is because of how badly it's been handled. You know, like with everybody making the videos that they're making, that's the only reason why it's continuing, because now it's just laughable because everybody's they memed it, essentially. They memed it and people are going to get away with fucking actually committing a crime. And it's because while everybody's talking about something that didn't actually happen, that company's already doing fucking damage control. If you look at their Twitter, they're already talking about getting the products to the people who didn't receive them, even though some of these kids didn't get their shit for months. Why wasn't it ever handled months ago? Well, now they see an opportunity while everyone's fighting and bickering and going back and forth on things that don't matter. They're like, oh shit, if we fix it now, we're ahead of the bullet before the gun's even fired. This is wonderful. So that's what that's my problem with it. Because while we're focusing on something that doesn't matter, they're getting away with fucking stealing from kids, and I don't like that. That's the companies, not the YouTubers that I'm talking about. Although they did help by not doing their due diligence. So I think it's all connected.
I think the YouTubers just took advantage. Sorry for interrupting.
No, you're good, buddy.
Okay. I think the YouTubers just took advantage of the situation, and it's working out perfectly for them. You know, Jake Paul shouted it out, and it's not like he's losing a big chunk of his fan base. He's just like basically like troll responding to H3 on Twitter.
Jake was the smartest guy in the room. Smartest guy in the room on this one. My God. Yeah. At first I thought, what a fucking idiot. He just lolled back. That's all he did. He lolled back because he knew it wasn't going to do anything. Because he knew that video was not focusing on the important thing. So why not just lull it off and ignore it? If you ignore it and everybody else is talking about the wrong thing, you're good. You're golden because nobody's focusing and nobody's pointing the finger at you. So yeah, he did the smartest thing that anybody did.
Yeah, I agree. Yep. Like, people got to realize that, like, Rice Gum and Jake Paul, they have like 10 million plus subs for a reason. They know how people will react. They know about the commentary community. They talk with Keemstar. Like, they know when they do something, how people will react.
There's truth
and
to that.
If they think they can get away with it, they'll do it.
Oh, sure.
And it's working.
Sure.
So
and that is,
and
that should be fucking terrifying to anybody who thinks that this is a viable monetary solution for their lives. If you're doing this for the purpose of becoming an entertainer and to support your family and, you know, increase your livelihood and all of that, you should be terrified by what you just said, because by what you just said, that's all manipulation that eventually is going to lead to more regulation. And once that happens, this is all gone. It's over. Party's over. The West has been tamed. So we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and take another caller. Hey, you know, fantastic call, by the way. I really appreciate your input. Are you a creator or anything like that? You want to shout something out?
Yeah, I am.
Shout it out, buddy.
I have the drama archive. I basically re-upload like Twitter fights that Keemstar has or anybody else has. But I also do commentary videos on that channel. I've been trying to like branch out and like use the notoriety I get from like those type of videos to try and make my own.
Did you cover my interview with Keemstar? I mean, Jesus Christ, nobody.
I shouted it out.
Nobody's got this story. Nobody got the interview that I got, and I'm just disappointed that nobody's ran with this because he gave everybody everything. He gave you everything.
I was thinking about making a video on it, but there's like a lot of stuff to dissect.
It's a lot.
I did make a video talking about the Deji versus KSI situation, and I recommended people to go to your interview to see like, I don't know, how Keemstar explained the story, because I thought it was pretty insightful.
It was.
Beyond what he said on Drama Alert.
And you know what? With the turn from what Deji did last night, looks like Keemstar was right. So we'll see. Makes sense. It's all making sense now.
Thanks for having me on.
No problem. Thanks for calling in. Call in anytime, buddy.
Okay, sure.
Good shit. Check that guy out, man. He's got a good voice. Bears. Go ahead and keep talking shit on the Bears right now when it's still early in the game. We'll see what happens by the end of it. We'll see how it goes. That's all I'm saying. I have not watched a second of this game. I've been too busy trying to tape this show together, because once again, if you're just joining, unfortunately Zoe Berger did not show up today. I don't know what happened. Hopefully she's okay. Hopefully it was just some sort of misunderstanding. I have no idea. We'll see how it goes. I'm reaching out to her, making sure that everything is all right, and we'll reschedule her as soon as we can. Now, why you should give a shit about what's going on the rest of the week. Tomorrow we got Mr. Repsion right here. He will be here tomorrow. And then later in the week, probably around Wednesday, I believe. We haven't locked down a day yet, but it's happening. Anything for Views is going to fucking be here, and we're going to have a great time with that guy. By the way, if you're not watching Cold Ones, something's wrong with you. It's one of the best fucking shows, period, right now on the platform. Fucking non-stop hilarity. Non-stop. So good. Check it out. It's really, really funny. And then we got Right Opinion and Billy the Fridge. So we got a lot coming up, and we'll get Zoe back in the mix. And I got some other feelers already out. Big interviews coming. It's continuing. And thank you guys for continuing to support. It means so much to me. All right, let's finish this off here. Let's bring in my Tobes. What's going on, Tobes? You're live with Dead on Dave. What do you have?
Hey, what's up, Dave?
It's crack-a-lackin', baby.
It's crack-a-lackin' crispy chicken good.
Wonderful. It sounds a little racist, but that's fine.
That's okay, fair enough.
What's up, man? What do you got for me?
You touched on what I wanted to bring up at the beginning. It was the sort of management for these people.
Right.
Don't they just hold, like, a lot of responsibility?
You should.
Yeah, but I don't see people talking about them, like, at all.
Because we know they're not real agents. They're their friends. They're all their friends. I don't think
not really.
It seems like it. Who are these people?
No, for example, I think the David Dobrik crew, the ones that Rice Gum spoke about, they're partner like a legitimate company.
Really?
Right? Yeah.
They're awful.
Yeah.
They're done.
Some fucking. Most a lot of. I think Morgs has the same thing.
There's no clicks in it. There's no. I mean, how many people are going to click if you call out an ad agency? You know what I mean? It's like nobody's going to give a fuck. Oh, the ad agency fucked up. They started the wrong way. Yeah, who cares? It's not Rice Gum. It's Rice Gum's management. You know, that's why they're not being called out.
Yikes.
Yeah, fucking, it's terrible. I mean, you think about it in the regular entertainment industry, even when Kanye and all that stuff, or anybody who fucks up, I don't know why I use Kanye, but anybody who fucks up, we don't hear about, well, the management crew mishandled this until that star throws their management company under the bus, which has its own pitfalls.
Yeah, that is true.
So, how you doing there, baby?
I'm doing well.
How do you deal with being stood up?
Ice cream and crying and having just a tiny crisis.
Oh, so you don't do a show and just bring a whole bunch of other people on in hopes that it's not a complete shit show?
No.
Oh, I guess it's just me then. I thought about just not doing anything, but then I was like, that's not right. I've been promoting this all week, and you know, people were excited. I feel bad, man. That's why I crystallized the thumbnail. I thought it was funny. I was like, I'll crystallize it. But it's just like, maybe not. Maybe it's not happening. And then if she would have showed up, I would have put the regular thumbnail back on.
Yeah, you know what? That's a great idea. No. That's something peak that you've done.
I'm telling you.
Do you think this will actually happen, though?
Zoe, yes. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Unless something bad happened, which I hope everything's okay again. Yeah, I mean, she blocked it out for me. We made like an actual appointment. This was a thing. So yeah, I think it's going to happen. I just think something came up, and that's okay. You know, I'm not mad at her about it. It's all right. I think we had a pretty killer show today, actually. Vega was awesome. You've been great. That last caller was fantastic. What do I got to be mad about?
Just came in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to put you over, dickhole. Yeah.
I love you, Dave.
I love you too, man. If you got anything else for me, because if not, I'm going to take Kevin Twist and I'm going to get out of here.
No, take him in.
Been live for an hour and 15 minutes. I'm so tired. Oh my God. And I want to go watch the Bears game really, really badly.
All right.
and not the type of Bears that you don't like Bears, so you wouldn't even care anyway.
No,
yeah.
it's not the type of bear that I am.
No,
that's the thing.
So
you could have used that one.
I could have. Yeah, you're right. Instead, I wanted to talk about something that was potentially either you putting your dick in something or something putting their dick in you. But I missed the mark because you're a twink chaser, and that's completely fine.
Exactly.
All right, buddy.
I like cuddling sticks.
Go love your twigs, man. Don't start a forest fire. Thanks a lot. Have a good night. Talk to you soon. Tobes, everybody. Make sure you check them out. You know where you can find the Tobester and all that. Fantastic. All right, final caller of the night, Kevin Twist. You're live with Dead on Dave. What do you got? Kevin Twist. Kevin Twist, why are you going back into waiting to call? One more chance, Kevin Twist. All right, you're done. Kevin Twist. Kevin Twist, you're live with Dead on Dave. All right, well, that's it. We're not doing that no more. Okay, so there it is. We tried. Kevin Twist, sorry, buddy. I want to thank everybody who supported the channel tonight. Hopefully you got some cool hat changes. We went through a little bit of the Copious hat collection. We got a nice little Dragon Ball shit. Oh, somebody's in here with me. What is happening? Why? How could you come in here? How are you in here, Kevin Twist? Oh,
Hello?
No.
Does that work?
What? Kind of. What are you doing? How did you get back in here? I did not bring you here.
Kicking me out.
How are you here?
I don't know.
You should not be able to be in this fucking chat right now. You do not have the authorization to come in on your own. What happened?
You just keep kicking me out.
I'm not kicking you out. There was something wrong with your shit. I have no idea.
It's like Discord. Just keep kicking me out and then
join
back. I was like,
not a problem. All right, we got a couple of seconds here. What do you got for me, man?
All right. Just want to congratulate you on your collaborations recently of like Cavils, Keemstar, Leon Lush, I'm Alex.
It's been crazy.
Pretty good stuff.
It was.
Yeah.
Going in the right direction.
The Crazy one was my favorite.
Mine too, I think. I really enjoyed it. I think when people look back at the clown interview, there is so much good stuff there. And Clown and I always are able to talk so well. But that one, we really saw a different Clown. I think with the Keemstar interview, he just confirmed a lot of what most people already think about Keemstar. But the Clown interview, I think, showed some real vulnerability sides of Clown that I don't think a lot of people get to see. So that was real special for me. And I also really enjoyed the Kavos interview, too.
Yeah, I think the Keemstar one was like the comedic one, especially at the beginning with the way he responded to the questions.
That was great. Oh, my God. Oh, it's so good. Oh, yeah. The Crypt one, too. I did Young Crypt the other night. That was fantastic. That was really good. Now, people aren't talking about that one because he's not a very big creator or anything, and it only has like 600 views. But from an interview standpoint, that might be the strongest one as far as like information back and forth. He was fantastic. He really was great. I highly recommend people check that one out.
Also, Cavils was quite good.
Cavils was great, too, yeah. I agree. Well, I appreciate
more
it.
Fluent.
You got anything else for me?
Nothing really.
Hey, I'll take a good suck to end the night. I appreciate it, buddy. Keep on watching everything. And also, guys, I'm going to let you go on this. Take it easy, Kevin Twist. I appreciate your call. Guys, if you have people that you want me to have on, if you know people, if you want me to interview certain people, hit me up, DM me. My DMs are open. Put me in contact with folks. We keep these interviews coming off the backs of, communication and interaction, networking. I want to get everybody's story. I interview the people that I think are incredibly interesting. And so far, it's working out pretty well. Didn't work out tonight, but we got some great stuff coming, including Mr. Repsy on tomorrow night. And that is where we will leave tonight. So make sure you check me out on Twitch as well. We've been killing it over there. We got some new stuff for the Twitch channel. We got some new games. We're switching games again. We're doing all kinds of things. Some stuff we've never done before. So go check me out on Twitch, DeadOnDave, over there. It's down below. You can find it as well. And keep it copious, folks. Let's get out of here. Take it easy. Keep it copious. And remember, as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. Don't send hate to Zoe Berger. Hopefully she's okay. We'll figure out why she didn't come. Not a big deal. See you later. If you don't have talent, have talented friends. And good night. Without taking, but I sent you away. Oh, Zoe, you kissed me and stopped me from shaking, and I need you today. Oh, Zoe. She'll be on eventually, guys. Good night.